Welcome. I'm Brian Lee Durfee, author of The Forgetting Moon, published by Simon & Schuster Saga Press. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the third novel in Jim Butcher's Dresden Files, titled Grave Peril. So, let's get into it. If you're not familiar with these books, you can watch my previous reviews of the first two novels in this series. I will link to those at the end of this video. And you can familiarize yourself with them. If not, let me just give you a small rundown of what's going on here. Harry Dresden is the main character. He's a wizard in modern-day Chicago. He investigates supernatural phenomena, sort of like Mulder and Scully in the X-Files, only, you know, in this book we've got a little bit more kind of like Harry Potter-type magic, rather than UFOs and stuff. And we're dealing with a lot of wizards, vampires, fairy folk, things like that. Pretty good stuff. Good stuff indeed. If you like mystery novels mixed with magic, I mean, picture a Raymond Chandler novel with magic, that's what you got. You know, a Robert B. Parker Spencer novel with magic, that's what you got. Even a Michael Connelly, even if you like Harry Bosch series, you know, that's on Amazon or Netflix or whatever that's on, Disney. I don't know what Harry Bosch is on. It's on one of those streaming channels. If you like that series, just imagine Harry Bosch investigating supernatural phenomena. That's what the Dresden Files is. It's really cool. It's a cool concept. Jim Butcher has really sort of cornered the market with this concept, and it's popular. It's very good, very well written. These books are so well written, just like the Michael Connelly police procedurals or Raymond Chandler's old noir detective novels. The writing in this compares to all that. I love Jim Butcher's writing. He's got a great, wicked sense of humor. And the stories are told through the main character, Harry Dresden, who's got a great personality which comes through in each book, you know. The first book, the second book, kind of laying the groundwork for the series. Now I think this one, Grave Peril, gets us into a little bit darker territory, a little bit darker tone in this novel. And I think that's why this is one of the favorite novels of most people, is because it's the novel where you can really see the potential of this series. And I think this series is at about 14 books now and extending on and on and on. And I think that this is the book where people were like, yeah, we can buy into this character now. The first two books were great, but this really leveled it up a notch because the stakes were high and Harry does some things that really cause some trauma in his life and really make him seem more human as a character and less of a wisecracking wizard investigator, which is kind of all he's really been up to this point. So let's get into it, you know. We get introduced to some newer characters here. I really liked Michael Carpenter, the Knight of the Cross, who we open up the story with Harry and Michael, and we get Susan, the girlfriend of Harry Dresden, is involved. They get invited to a vampire party. They want Harry to represent the White Council at the vampire party. And so they go to the vampire party, and things turn bad pretty quickly. I mean, they're vampires, right? They can't be any good. I mean, these aren't your Twilight. This isn't Edward and Jacob, you know, vying for Bella's hand at the prom. These are vampires that will kill you and do nasty things to you. These are vampires that have ties to the underworld and the Never Never and the mob and everything that's bad in Harry Dresden's world. You know, the vampires, they ain't, you know, nice dudes. They're not sparkly like the lights behind me are sparkling. Anyway, things go bad. So Harry is poisoned. Susan loses her memories of everything about Harry. Michael Carpenter, the Knight of the Cross, his sword is used in a plot for evil. And after that, you know, I give spoiler-free reviews. I just mention basic plot points and then gush about how much I like the novel as a whole. And that's it. I mean, I will let you discover kind of where the story weaves and goes from there. There's some surprising things, and you really feel for Harry at the end when you really start to discover the cost of him using his magic. It takes a toll on him, almost like he almost say sort of a post-traumatic stress disorder he starts to get after he uses this magic, especially when it doesn't go right and people are killed. He realizes this is a power that he's got that maybe he doesn't necessarily want, but that he has and that he uses as best he can for good, but it doesn't always turn out that way. That's, I think, why people love the third book in the Harry Dresden series the most, is because we really start to see Harry's personality come out as, like I said, more than just that wisecracking detective. Things start to ratchet up in tension in the series, and I've read all these once before. I read these things as they came out over the years, and I'm rereading them again for this book series because, hey, why not? They're fun reads, and I want something to review on my channel. And I've got 3,000 books upstairs in my library. I've got plenty of stuff to review on my channel. But I do want to, along with my Stephen King review, I wanted to do the Dresden books as sort of a break, so I wasn't just reading Stephen King novels straight through, because there's 80 of those and I needed a little break. So I'm doing a Harry Dresden book every now and then, along with the Expanse series. I'm doing those books too, just to give myself a break from the Stephen King novels. But let's talk about what rating I would give this one. I think it's one of the stronger books in the series overall. Just because, some of them that come up are even stronger, but this one is kind of the strongest so far. It ratchets up the tension, makes the drama seem more real, makes the world seem more real, makes death and destruction and the price of magic all seem more real. And as we know in the later Harry Dresden books, that's where the story goes, and this is the launching pad really for the series, I believe. Great, 9 out of 10. I rate things 1 out of 10. I rate this a 9. Solid book. Good job, Jim Butcher. Appreciate you writing it. Grave Peril.